Hello, everyone. It is Friday. I'm home from work. It's really sunny, kind of exhausting. Whoops. And I'm ready to have this thing finished. So if you recall, we've been kind of jumping around the page a bit. Whoops. I've still got tones to do on that panel. This is not a very good hand. Let's redraw that. Word problem. Orientation of the hand. Okay, so where are we? We're on page 19, the very final page. And this hand angle is killing me. I think what's throwing me off is looking at the pencils below it, so let's see if I can do it without those. You know, before we result to we default to just get a model, just get a picture of a hand and then draw from that. And again, why hasn't he done that? What hubris does this guy have? And I do have a bit, so here we go. I think I've almost got it. Funny too, because and part of the problem, I think I've got the hand right, but the thumb is wrong. So if we took the thumb out, let's assume the thumb is behind, like this. Or, we could almost do the other hand. You see me looking at my own hand? Alright, we'll get there. Well, that's close. I thought this would be like a real quick throwaway panel, but it looks like it's going to take a little more time. If you had your hand down like this, like what are we really looking at? Like the wrist stops here, and the thumb, oops, yeah, the thumb, let's look at a hand. Now there's a somewhat famous Etherington Brothers hand reference sheet. And, no, not it. Spell it correctly. Okay, and here it is. He's also got a special reference just for the female hand, which I think is interesting, but let's take a look at this hand reference. And if we see anything that matches our needs, we want to see the hand from behind. And, kind of reaching down. It could be either hand at this point. That one's kind of it. This is it right here. It's a bit of a cartoony hand. Is there one that's just female hands? Girls' hands. Ah, look at this. Look at that one. Right here. This is kind of what we need, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a picture. There we go. This is the one I like. I actually kind of like this one too. I like both of those. We're going to save to photos. Then we're going to bring up reference, canvas, reference, image, import. We're going to take a look at our hands. Now, I don't like tracing, but I do think, what if we did this one, right? Instead of going up from the bottom, let's try that. And we've got this thumb. And so a very ladylike, slender thumb. You can tell I'm already a bit off on the finger. It's your laziness, Peter. See, that's what makes you a bad drawer. And if only you could overcome this. The Ethan Becker rule is when in doubty, one finger outie. Oops. So you see how this one finger is away, and also the pinky's away, so at least one finger. And I think I've gotten it wrong yet again, but I think I have something I can work with here, because I can see where the mistake is by moving this up a little bit. And I've gone a little bit too angular here. And all for a panel, by the way, that a reader's going to look at this and just going to go right to the next panel. It's like this is a less than a second. Also, this pinkies are small. That's why they're called pinkies. Actually, I don't know why they're called pinkies, but your pinky is a small finger. Okay, second of all, I've overemphasized the heel of her hand. And now I've made the thumb too big, but that's okay. Make it a little bit more my own. So we're getting a DNA check. So I want to show that there's kind of like sparkles coming off the machine as it's checking her. And so DNA check confirmed. Where is it? DNA check confirmed should be, oops, a little bit further to the right. And then Royal Protocol override a little bit further to the left and up to the top. And that I think works. Like this is a good panel right here. All right, let's get rid of the reference. All right. It's okay to use reference. Everybody uses reference in one way or another. I don't like overly referenced or traced things at all, though. I'll admit. A lot of people are looking at what I'm doing. What is he doing? Why is it so bad? What's going on here? All right, so I think that let's see if we can get our bubbles going good. There we go. That wasn't so wrong. Looking good. All right, now same deal here. DNA check confirmed. Let's do this guy. Because it's a computer, he's going to talk in a square speech bubble. Looking good. Now, let's talk contrast. We're going to get some shadow in this one, and then, like, whatever we do, we got 3 in a row here. One's got to be dark, one's got to be light, one's got to be dark again. Or light, dark, light. One of the two. Like, we could make this side of the panel light, and the contrast will look good. But anyways, let's get back to the penciling. Tones, inky. By the way, did I remember to do her eyebrows? This is a constant struggle with me, forgetting to put in eyebrows. Okay, there's her eyebrows. You don't have eyebrows, you just look surprised all the time. Alright, her nose would be right here, but remember, she's an alien. Alright. I'll make sure I get her shoulder correct. She's not meant to look super bulky or anything like that. Alright, that looks pretty. What happened there? Alright. Okay. Once again, I went too far. Okay. Okay, I think we want to show them. I think I have the angle wrong. I think we want to show them slightly at an upshot. So we've got a little bit under the chin there, but we should get him under the chin because he has the most obvious set of primitive shapes, cylinders and the like. Now let's see if we can. No. Where's the hole? That's right there. All right. That's close. That's close to what we want, right? I think it's close. So let's do these bubbles. Okay, what in the, and it's opening. So what in the can be a little bit higher and a little bit farther to the right, so we split them off a little bit better. And I can hear the lawnmower outside. All right, here we go. So obviously it's opening is her line. And then what in the... That's his line. And we gotta switch to white. And then we got to switch to erasers. Erasers at dawn. To make sure that we got it. Okay. How about over here? How about over here? Okay, so then the question becomes, whoops, how do we build the contrast in? Let's take the pencils out first. Oh, I did have the pencils out. So if it still looked messy with the pencils out, that means I've got some cleaning up to do. Some tidying up. All right. We could go full black on this one right here in this middle panel. You know, not counting the glow from the machine and her hand coming in. We just go in hard. Would not be hard to do at all. Let's do that. Let me just give it like a halo type outline here. Oh, I've got to fix this DNA check confirm deal. Alright, let's get it in there. Anyhow, it's Friday. I think I'm going to have to do more on this panel than I think. But just to make sure that it pops right. So we're probably still going to have to do the white outline. But I think we could change it up a little bit. Like a lot of this extra stuff that's in there. Because like, what if we do it this way, right? And then we tidy it up a little bit. And then we kind of, let's use for our eraser, instead of using the studio pen, let's use the same rusty nib, but for the eraser. Well, this looks a little bit messy up here. Okay. It's actually looking pretty good. It looks a little bit retro. It looks kind of like an off-register thing. I'm going to try and tighten this up just a little bit. I like having a little bit of the white noise in there. All right. And now we've created a mystery. So I don't think I have enough time to do this final panel, but I think we do have just enough time to maybe do some tones. Let's give it a shot anyways. I'm in the tones layer and I've got the tones brush. So let's throw some tones back here behind her. And then for these kind of foreground elements, I'm going to use the shader tones, which are darker and tighter. And there we go. And actually, we could even go even a little bit harder. Let's go back a little bit lighter again. Some tones on our shirt, between our arm. Some light tones on our wing. And then we'll put this shading behind her so it looks like she's being lit from this side. That's looking good, except we got a lot of mess to clean up. Here we go. Let's fix that. Got some messy messies. Alrighty. What is this? Oh, yes. I haven't switched my eraser back from the Rusty Dib, so it's leaving some eraser noise, which is not what I wanted. That's okay. That's okay. We see what's happening here. Okay. How about this right here? There we go. 27. Do you think I have enough for throw some tones on this thing? Let's give it a shot. So where's my 10%? Oh, it's over here. We're not going to need much. We're going to put just a little bit of here, just because we want the light to come. I mean, we blacked out the whole panel. And then same deal here. We're just going to put a little bit on this side. Oh, and it looks like I screwed up my, let's fix that. Oh, no, no, no. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. And the bubbles layer. All right. Get back to tones, get back to black, get back to 10%. You could even do Rusty Nib on Inky. Just a little bit, you know? Let's get back to tones. 10%. And this is a vignette. It's meant to kind of pull you into the picture. We have some shadow around the edges. You can see that in like Instagram filters and stuff, where it frames it up. All right, it's got some trebles, and then one last bit. All right, I think we've hit the 30-minute mark exactly. Ed Zachary. All right. We are truly hitting our strides at this point. There's one panel to do. And this panel might end up being, it's got kind of a forced perspective 1-point perspective shot. In my opinion, it's going to be similar to this panel a little bit, but not as complicated. This is the 1-point perspective with the Mirrodramite soldiers, and in fact, we're going to use it as a reference because what's in those tubes are more of these Mirrodramite soldiers and drones and stuff, and we're going to find out the terrible secret of planet Talor, aka Brutalor. So, very cool. Please like, follow, and subscribe. There will be more comics. We're going to clean this thing up. Last page. Then we're going to go over doing the cover format for Silver Ball and any extraneous things. Silver Ball is going to have 2 stories in it, and it's going to have basically 19 pages of this, and then the 13 pages of Book of Ruin. I might do like a little foreword with a a hello page or something on there, or a bio. But it's gonna have a nice color cover that I got to do like some kind of color painting or something for. And yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to it. So, talk to you later.